Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About House. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
Okay, so today we're going to do another anti-housing market crash video. If you like the housing market crash videos, then you can like this video right now and subscribe to the channel, and then go unsubscribe from all the other channels because you'll stop watching them, probably. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover three important elements that if they were opposite of what they are, that we could potentially have a negative outcome in the housing market in the future. Okay? All right. So the first one we're going to talk about is lending regulations. I'm going to put the chart up. Before I go over the numbers on the chart, want to talk about 2004, 5, and 6. You were one of the top agents in Vegas doing listings.
Right.
What were you seeing from the buyer side, like buyers getting loans? What was that looking like?
So buyers, the joke was that they didn't need to fog up a mirror. It was helpful, but not necessary. So buyers basically, they didn't have to show proof of income, or if, as far as their income was concerned, they had these loans called stated income, which means you could tell them that you made $1 million and it was all good. You didn't have to prove it. The lending regulations were so loosey-goosey that it was clear at the time that this was not sustainable. And that's basically what happened soon thereafter.
Well, that didn't happen this time. This chart is from the Mortgage Bankers Association. It's the Mortgage Credit Availability Index. A low number means it's hard to get a loan. A high number means it's easy to get a loan. And as you can see, that with the run-up in prices, it hasn't gotten easier to get a loan, meaning lending practices haven't changed. They changed dramatically if you look all the way back at the left side, 2004, 5, and 6, because lenders were running out of the ability to give people these 100% loans. And when the mortgage credit availability got harder, it actually this was a very positive thing for the housing market. So people are looking at run up in prices and going, oh, last time prices ran up, market crash, prices run up, market must crash, right? But they're not taking this into account. This is like super important.
This is very important because this is the difference between somebody who's well qualified, both responsible and having the financial means to meet their debt obligations versus somebody who simply fills out a piece of paper and says, go ahead and give me a loan. I have nothing to back that up, but give me a loan. So it is much more difficult to borrow money now. Like I said, people have to be well qualified. They have to submit tax returns, proof of income, bank statements. They have to have good credit. So all kinds of things. So there are a lot of hurdles in the way in order to actually protect the borrowers, because this means that they will be able to borrow money that they can actually repay, rather than not having somebody looking over their shoulder and saying, hey, that's not going to work out for you. Let's not give you a loan that you don't have a reasonable chance of repaying.
Yeah, the other thing too is people don't take into account most of the loans that were given back then were adjustable rate mortgages, and they were 1-year ARMs, which meant you were locked in at 6.5 the first year, but went to 8.5 the second year. So what happened is you'd have the house for a year, the mortgage payment would jump up, you'd be like, whoa, what the heck? And then people would strategic default. And that's not happening today. The only products that are out there right now are really the 5 and 7s. So we have 5 more years before those loans will start adjusting. But I bet by 2024, those are all getting refied. We just did a video on this where refis have spiked because rates have gone back up, yes, in the last couple of days, but they went from 7.3 down to 6. So all those people refied because they went down by more than a percent.
Right.
Okay. The next one is the foreclosures. I'm going to put up the chart. That red you see was all the super high levels of foreclosures. This is Foreclosure Starts. Now, this is by quarter. So now what's important about this is that people freaked out when we did an update video and they saw the increase. Now, if you go all the way to the right, that's today. They go, look at Todd, but the increase is going up. Well, yeah, because it was like at the lowest it's ever been in recorded history. It has to go up because it's just trying to get back to a normal level, which is that gray area there. So, which, in a normal quarter, you're going to have 150,000 housing Foreclosure Starts, where they filed the notice of default nationwide, and we're still well below that, not even 100,000. And this is super up-to-date information. This includes the fourth quarter of 2022. Why is this important?
So this two things. One, this is important because this lets us know how things are going with housing. And this is from the Mortgage Bankers Association. So we're not, making this up ourselves. Okay, just so you understand that.
Yeah.
We didn't just make up pretty graphs for you. And then, of course, this is important because it lets us know that the market is getting back to something resembling normal, which is good. And anytime you have a healthy market, you've got kind of the pros and the cons of it. But the important thing to note here is that these are starts. These are not foreclosures. These are just notices of default. And most of the time, the notices of default are actually cured because people either sell the house and the loan gets paid off, or they borrow money or whatever it is that they need to make happen in order to bring the mortgage current, or they work it out with their lender, whatever. So these notices of default, generally speaking, don't go anywhere. They don't progress to a trustee sale or anything like that. They usually just get resolved.
It's 8 to 12% of a notice of default ends up in a foreclosure.
Right. So
that's a really super low amount.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the last one. This was another one of those where somebody said, we were talking about the supply of homes. And we said, it's normal to have 4, 5, 6 months. And we were at like 3. And we got refuted saying, no, the normal is a month and a half. You're lying to us. It's a month and a half. Okay, well, this data shows that the supply of homes, months of supply. Now, want to tell them what months, because they don't understand. Some people don't understand. What does months of supply mean?
Means that if no other homes came on the market, this is how long it would take for the market to absorb all the homes on the market.
At the current sales rate.
Right.
So it's 2.7 months in 2022. That's for all of 2022, even the end of the year. Remember how this inventory piled up and then the buyers dropped off? Even at that low number of sales, all the homes would be gone in 2.7 months. Mm-hmm. And if you look back at a normal market where it's, 4 to 6 and change, mm-hmm. that we still have a really low number. Yes, it's higher than 21, which is, you'll see videos where people don't show any of this data. They just show 2021 and 2022 to make you believe that inventory is off the charts. It's never been this high ever. Look what it did from 2021 to 2022. And as you can see on here, we're still way below.
Right. So, we show you charts that span a greater period of time, whether it's these charts or the ones that we did with the Fred data, because the idea is to give you context. Because if you look at things in isolation, it's very easy to draw the wrong conclusion. By giving you context, it gives you perspective so you can draw a much more informed conclusion regarding the data.
Yeah. So now none of this, we're not saying home prices are going to go up. We're not saying that. We will do a video where we take an article where they claim, like the one we just did a few days ago, home prices are going to go up 3%. And was that CoreLogic or somebody, right? They said they would go up 3%. And then they had this data to back it up. And it's not like we did the video to...
We're not puffing the market. We're not puffing anything. Look, we've said from the start, from the end of last year and certainly all of this year, we've been saying that the market this year is going to be pretty even. There's not going to be a whole lot of gain or loss. It's just going to be pretty even. Obviously, it's market specific depending on where you're watching from. Because if you're in Miami, you're going to have a different experience than maybe somebody in Des Moines, okay? But when you're looking nationally, the market's going to be pretty even.
Yeah, but the low inventory, the low supply is a problem for two people. One is real estate agents, because if there's low supply of inventory, there's less real estate homes sold. That means there's less agents doing transactions. Mm-hmm. There's less money to be made, right, for agents. Mm-hmm. The other problem, this is for potential buyers, okay? I will give you an example of a market with over 11,000 houses in a specific market. Okay. There's 11,000 homes that purchased, meaning 11,000 houses in an area. In that area, there are 11 homes on the market. 1 in every 1,000 homes is available for purchase. These homes, on average, have been being bought within the first 2 or 3 days. Pretty much everything that's currently on the market is effectively overpriced, right? And this is sort of one of these hot markets that's in an area that is like, it's frustrating if you're trying to buy in this market, because if something does come on the market that's a pretty good deal, it sells in cash in a day or two, and there were multiple offers, and then everything else you're just going, why are there nothing for sale?
Right.
And it was in this specific market under $3 million currently, because I checked today, there were 5 available. So the other 6 are over 3 million. So it's kind of frustrating if you're trying to buy in a market like that you're like, why can't I go buy a house? And I'll give you the normal in that market is 60. That's the normal number of homes available for purchase. So it's still a pretty hot market. So now imagine this, you're trying to buy a home in Las Vegas or somewhere else, and that neighborhood that always had a couple houses for sale, there are none. Or there are, but then you call and you find out they're under contract or they have multiple offers.
Right.
So this is a problem for buyers. This is a problem. We said October to January would be the best months to buy from a availability standpoint. And everything it's showing right now, we were right about that, because now it's getting, it's getting harder.
Right. So if you liked our charts, if you like the discussion, if you just love Todd, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, leave us a love note, tell us what you love about Todd. We love knowing exactly how much you adore him.
Yes.
So leave us a note.
I used to, when we started this, it was just me. I started the radio show, and then you came on in like episode 2, and then you were my co-host the whole time. And then I started this as Todd Miller TV, and then I kept having you as a guest, and then eventually you were just like on it all the time. And I think you've been on we have over 950 episodes, and I think you've been on 800 of them now.
Wow. Well, so clearly you have not been successful at getting rid of me.
I have not been. I've been trying, but it's not going to work. So that's great. We're about 50 episodes from the 1,000th episode of Todd Miller TV / Talk About Houses.
All right. So thank you for sticking around. We appreciate you. We appreciate you watching. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, leave us a love note, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.